This is Sybert signing into Kane's Wrath on the map Tournament Highlands for another one of these random v random 1v1s between the cyan black hand on the left side of the map, Futurama, and the red screen on the right side of the map, BikeRushOwnz. Again, this is from that series that these guys played on March 22nd, so these are pretty darn fresh. And they apparently played a bunch of games on Tournament Highlands because this map showed up like 4 or maybe even 5 times in the replays. So we're going to be checking out this game, Black Hand versus Scrin, but not BikeRush as Black Hand. So interesting to see exactly what Futurama decides to do. As we've said before, 2 safe spikes on this map. Some Confessor Cabals walking around looking for what they can do. And BikeRush, as always, the aggression is not strange when you see him go for that. He's going to be delaying his refineries and his economy a little bit here by going for these descents, by adding on a 3rd engineer. But we'll have to see if it ends up being worth it for him. For now, it's a couple of buzzers and some descents heading out to the left side of the map. You need multiple buzzer squads to be able to take on a Cabal squad, because otherwise, if they get the drop on you, the Cabals can kill your buzzer if it's just one before it gets to the building. Descents split off to the south while the buzzers deal with the Confessors in the north. One buggy is going to be the follow-up for Futurama. He got a bike first, but it's harvesters into... dev tanks, so dropping the nerve center. BikeRush powering up those dev tanks while he goes for the tib spike. So perhaps he was thinking, I'll go aggressive with these descents, and then once they get spotted, I'll just transition into dev tanks, which is pretty darn aggressive. He's doing this off of just 1 refinery so far and 2 harvesters, getting a 2nd dev tank. They do get spotted, so Futurama knows that this is coming, and it's actually going to be a Corruptor following that up. My assumption is that the Corruptor is going to be... He sold something off. So my assumption would be that he was going to use the Corruptor to go ahead and heal up these dev tanks wherever they end up going. But the descents are being pushed back for now, having to sell off a power plant. Going to have to rebuild that to get himself back online. And it looks like this Black Hand squad was able to flame down one of the tib spikes. Looks like they're going for the other tib spike. I guess he sold off an op center or something to get that to get the veteran Black Hand squad. But no matter the case, Corruptors on their way across the map. Rocket Troopers now going to be added on from double hands of Nod from Futurama. Going to be meeting up with these dev tanks. 2nd dev tank in the middle of the map, but they decide to turn around and go back home. Black Hand not flaming down this tib spike just yet. 1 Corruptor does go down. Those Rocket Troopers making quick work of it, and the defenses have held, dropping 2 Shredder turrets, and he turns out he doesn't even really need them. So BikeRushOwnz definitely behind in the economy game, although now he's going to be pretty much on even footing, because it's going to be 4 harvesters, 2 refineries for Futurama, and the same exact thing for BikeRush. Looks like he's sending 1 harvester to the south to go for that blue Tiberium as he moves his MCV and goes for his natural expansion. Corruptor, and actually this harvester as well, going to be going for that blue Tiberium. So we'll have to see what these guys actually decide to do. There is the Secret Shrine getting that Confessor, or the Black Disciples upgrade. Confessor upgrade for the other guys, but sells off sells off the Secret Shrine, but now there's an engineer hanging out over there. So BikeRushOwnz managed to sneak that engineer all the way around. I had completely forgotten about that engineer. This 1 dev tank is going to be sending this Black Hand squad away, and they did manage to kill that tib spike. Sells off a power plant or something to get the kill on this engineer, and the engineer is not going to be able to grab the refinery. That would have been great for BikeRush if he was able to. Grabbing a little bit of that blue Tiberium, but Futurama is the one who makes away with the majority of that cash. 1 harvester in the north, going to be able to escape with a full load of blue Tiberium, so both of those guys trying to leech the blue, which, considering that the drive time is so long, I don't know that it's strictly worth it economy-wise, but number 1, saves your green Tiberium a little bit for slightly later in the game, and number 2, denies your opponent from being able to grab that. If you let those blue fields grow up and then your opponent grabs all of them, then they could definitely be at an economic advantage. But yeah, I don't know if it's actually faster to just harvest 2 loads of green Tiberium right here or drive all the way over there and get 1 load of blue Tiberium. Anyways, it doesn't really matter because the extra income is nice regardless. Gunwalkers, buzzers, and a corruptor going to be able to clear up this little squad of infantry, this little brigade that Futurama sent out, and BikeRush able to clean that up nicely. But another dev tank does go down, and Futurama going to try and leech some of this blue Tiberium. I don't think he's going to get very far with it. He's probably going to have to send this harvester home or risk it dying as the lightning spike gets a couple of hits in on that harvester before it's out of range. And for now, the harvester will survive. Up in the north, more little columns, if you would like to call them that, of infantry. Going to get some shots off on these dev tanks. Does some nice damage and cuts it to ribbons. BikeRushOwnz up to tier 3, going to be establishing himself some refineries and, ooh, a sneaky, sneaky portal on his natural expansion. Futurama doing much the same, dropping a second war factory, his original one down there, but keeping those both around for now. 2 buzzer hives on the front line, gonna allow BikeRush to deal with that infantry attack without too much trouble. Eventually that lightning spike will go down, and for now, BikeRush able to steal another load of Tiberium. Wonderful, wonderful blue Tiberium. And I'm curious if he's gonna go for a mastermind. He does have the stasis chamber, he does have the technology assembler, so all of the pieces are in place, and then, you know, does he go straight Eradicator Hexapod after that? I don't know. I don't know what his deal is going to be. But there's the mastermind. Now, we did see on the... actually, the other version of this map, a little bit of a... when it was GDI BikeRush over on the left side of the map as the red GDI, we did see a little mastermind trick where he jumped over there, he grabbed the tier 3, he sold it off, and then I saw it, and then I actually forgot that it happened a little bit later in that cast. Gunwalkers heading around the map for BikeRush. They're going to try and kill off a lot of this infantry, but they're having a tough time just because infantry are mean, and they do a lot of killing. Looks like no tier 3 just yet for Futurama. He's just living off of that Operations Center. I assume this is his tier 3 about to pop. Mechapede in the middle of the map gets shut down by this huge section of bikes. And even this harvester going to be taking some damage as he tries to long-distance mine that blue Tiberium. When he runs into all of those rocket troopers, there will be no escape. Grabs a lightning spike in the north. I was so excited because I thought that was a mastermind grabbing something to sell off. But no, that harvester does go down. The mastermind is skidding on off into the northern section of the map. Going to be going for a skitter and a scatter as the MCV moves to the big green field in the middle. Either Tib Core or I guess he could be going EMP coils. I assume it's going to be Tib Core for these bikes as he's looking to upgrade them. And then I guess he could also be going charged particle beams. And oh, there's the mastermind going to be calling in the mothership. Something I did not see coming as there's the wormhole for the teleportation. The refinery called in as well. And a stasis chamber going to be locking that down. There is the storm column for the big catalyst cavalcade of destruction. He fires off once, doesn't quite get it all in this one bike, is going to be able to slowly work away at that mothership, but the tier 3 is gone. BikeRushOwnz is going to try and force fire on the ground. He drops a gravity stabilizer just to be able to pass this along to the other units, cleans up everything on the ground. That chain reaction is so powerful as this MCV has not even unpacked because of how amazing that attack just was. Triple flame tank with some rocket troopers as backup heading to the right side of the map, but they've got tripods, they've even got shock troopers and a storm column to deal with. There's the mastermind, grabs one of the flame tanks, gonna start trying to flame down some of this other stuff. Mastermind does manage to escape as the tripod teleports to the front ground and gonna absorb a lot of damage. Futurama has been defeated. Shutting down that attack, shutting down the expansion with the mothership was enough from BikeRush as the Black Hand from Futurama gets eliminated in just about 10 minutes. Killer move. Always love to see the mothership get called in like that. And who even cares about what the summary graphs say at the end, because that mothership was great. That will do it for this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and this is Sybert signing out.